Hey guys, what's up? It's me. It's about 5 in the morning. We're getting up to make our move this morning, and I need to come on and visit with y'all a second about a few things. There's so many things going on with the Sebastian and Drake Rogers case that it's really heartbreaking, right? That it seems like the focus is not on him as much as it is on all the other stuff. It's like a spotlight thing, right? There's so much going on with just so much, and it's hard to even explain. I know I don't cover this case a lot, so it's not about him as much as it is about the whole of the picture, right? I guess you can say. And sorry, it's dark. It's dark out here. I can't see. Y'all can't see me probably. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see me a little bit. You see my a little bitty bit, not much, right? But it's more of a, I hate to put it this way, but it's more of a crap show, right? And like a shit show, and trigger warning, than it is about finding this kid. And they lose track of so many things by doing that. They lose track of what really, really matters. Just like in all these other missing cases that we cover, right? And man, we cover a lot of them. But it's the number one target goal should be find him, get him home, however that may be. Get the answers, get the truth, get what happened. Why did this kid disappear? Why did this kid, if he did run away, why this kid did anything at all, you know? I mean, but then you sit back and you look at it and you're like, remember, allegedly, guys, this is just my opinion, right? This is all my theories, all my speculations, all my thoughts. Nobody's but mine, right? And trigger warning times 50 million in this case. And I don't know why so much about it is not focused on him. And I think it's because of the amount of time and the publicity that this case got, right? You always pray that every child missing, runaway, whatever it may be, gets this much attention, and they don't. Kind of like the case that I brought to you a little earlier about Hazel, that little 7-year-old. That reminds me of that case a lot because CPS was involved, and then you have it over there. I think it's called instead of seeing CPS, it's TPS, but I guess that's Tennessee Protective Services, and instead of Child Protective Services. Why it's done that, I don't really understand, but it's still CPS, Child Protective Services to me. But this is what was involved in this case, right? In Hazel's case. And it's also heavily involved in Sebastian and Drake Rogers' case. And that's the part that makes these two cases not so much similar, but alike in a little of a way. In this case, you have it. What I think they said 5 cases of being called about some kind of either abuse or something, right? That's usually what it's about. And whether it been him calling or somebody else calling, the teachers or counselor or whoever it could have been, there's a lot of different people that call about this kind of reports. And usually it's the school. Somebody within the school that he's telling is usually the ones that make the phone calls. But it goes back to, when did that start? And did it start whenever he was way younger? It seemed like they were more recent. And I know he tried to play it off as if he was doing it, that Sebastian was doing it and lying about it, which I don't believe that. He's a smart kid. They even said he was a smart kid. So if he's that smart, why would he have done it as a lie? I don't believe that at all. I think this poor child is having a very hard life over there at home with Katie and Chris. And he was reaching out to either teachers, counselors, somebody. And I'm not telling how often, guys, he was reaching out. There's no telling. But they know. They know. The ones that were paid to visit by him know, right? And then you go back and look from the get-go, right? And it seems like it's a lot of these problems started, I hate to say it this way, but with the child, custody battles. And I'm wanting to look more and more into that, because I feel like now that may be the reason of all this, the reason behind all this. And then it's I always say the answers lies in the last person that saw this child. Just like in any other case, the last person to see the child is usually the one that holds the answers. And I can't say that's for sure, because I don't know. I'm just giving you my thoughts, right? And it is kind of a, how do you put this? I gotta be careful. I don't want to say it in the wrong way, but let's just put it this way. The thing that always bothers me the most is that it took 8 days to talk to the media, 8 days to come out. They didn't ever beg for help. They didn't ever ask for help. Immediately tried to shut down all the help. It seems like on that side, I'm not saying on the bio dad side, I'm saying on that side, they tried to shut down all the help, and they didn't want people searching. I remember, I think someone had brought a set of dogs, or was going to bring a set of dogs in to look, and they had to get his permission, and he shot it down, right? And then tried to say apology about it, but he wasn't sorry about it. He didn't want them to look. He didn't want anybody to look, I don't think, because they never looked. And I'm trying to look more and more at things is of March 29th when they left too. And that is a really bad situation when you leave. And I know there was a lot of stuff saying maybe they were getting threats, but it seemed to me that they were the only ones giving the threats, from what I'm understanding. I mean, this is just other people saying this, right? I'm not hearing it from like an LE or anyone. I'm hearing that from different things different channels and different people that, this is their opinions, just like this is my opinion. But it's extremely sad that she wasn't out there begging and crying and pleading and asking to please help, like Seth seemed to be doing the whole entire time. We know this is a one-sided search party. We do know that. And we've seen that with our own eyes. So we can say that for sure. That they have not been out there like Seth. There's no possible way, because if they were, they'd be all over camera as well. At all the little candlelights and all the green lighted bridges, and all these things were done to bring the light to this case. There weren't at any of them. The one they showed up at, it was more of a altercation between the bio dad and the stepdad than it was for Sebastian. And it just had, we have to look at that, and because actions speak louder than words. Should I just put it that way? Actions speak louder than words. And there's no actions, only words on that side. And I don't get it. I don't get how you can bring a child into this world and then ghost them like that. I don't understand it. I just don't. It breaks my heart to think about that this poor child had to go through all that stuff over there, and they made fun of him and they picked on him, and I think they only fed him what they wanted to feed him. I think it's pretty sad when you sit back and look at the overall picture. Not everything everybody is saying can be false. The neighbors, the people in the town, I talked to so many people in that town, and I've never talked about it before, but I was only there a few times, but my gosh, just talking to different people randomly. I went to PJ's, I went to some of the other places, and just to hear what the people had to say, like their opinions about it. And I know it's just their opinion, but my God, everybody had the same opinion. So you have to start listening to it when you keep hearing it over and over and over and over and over again. And I don't know how they weren't investigated way better than they were. I really don't. I don't understand that. But it's the same in all the cases in Tennessee. Just not at all of them, not really any of them get this spotlight. But if we went and dug on any of the other cases around there of missing children, it's the same thing. They're not getting the attention that they need as far as from the investigative side. Like, you take 5 CPS reports in any other missing child case at that age, forensics teams would have been at that house from day one. Look at Matty Soto. They would have put them in a hotel and they would have said, you're staying here, we're checking you out. It would have been done right. And from the start. I mean, think about it. How long did Jen and Stephen Stearns get to stay at home before they booted them out to a hotel? Not very long. So it's just things that were just seemed to me, in my opinion, not done the right way. That's what makes it really hard. But anyway, guys, I don't want to take all your time up, but I did want to talk about it because there's just so much bothering me this morning. I'd always make my notes in the mornings around 4:30, and I was like, when that stuff came out last night about, their law enforcement was spoken to the green hoodie, the guy, the girl, whatever they want to call it. And then I'm like, if y'all watched the night before when I was on a show and I'd ask what the timestamps were, and of course they didn't match. And I felt like somebody was trying to make a narrative to make this person be somewhere at the time that they wanted him to be there. And it's, to me, just show the right things, right? That's how this case should have been from the start. Just show the right things. Don't change things. Just look at them for what they are. There's not much out there that they give us, but that don't mean they don't have a mountain. When they say they have, 80 hours or whatever it is of surveillance footage, then that's what they have. And there's no telling what's on there. They're building a case. This is what they're doing. This is what law enforcement does. Whether we support it or if we do or we don't support it. You have to let them do their job. And if they ask us to do certain things, then we need to do that, right? It helps the case. They're not asking you for their health. They're asking you because they want to protect the case. I know a lot of people are frustrated, but only people that really need to be frustrated are the ones that live there, because they're paying their taxes there. They're spending their money there. They need to be the ones pressuring and pushing. And I mean, all of us need to be concerned. All of us need to be worried. Yes, we do, because this is a very crazy case. It's crazy, guys. You don't really see this to where, if you'd have seen this in any other state, that mother and stepfather would have been locked up and questioned no matter what from the start, within the first 10 days. If it had been any other state. Especially the way they were jumping on social medias and pretending to be other people and running out of town, and I don't know, it's crazy. Turning people down and telling people not to search there and get out of their neighborhood, and it's just, it boggles me, man. And to know that it's been this long and nothing still, not even a nothing, right? And nothing done to anyone for being the way they were, for acting the way they acted. At least charge them with neglect, right? I mean, CPS can charge them with something. That's 5 cases from what they're saying now. I don't know if it's 5 cases really. I don't see them, but I don't have that information to say that's, 100% yes, 5 cases. We know it's more than one because of the way that they've talked, but I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to think about. And we have so many other cases I'm working on, plus Amber Alerts, plus so much runaways, missing, all these cases. And then this one just stands out over all of them because of the drama and the craziness. And everybody is picking sides and really, going crazy. Just put out facts. That's it. Whatever we have, we have. The only fact that we know is the kid's missing. The other fact we know is that one side of the family didn't search, and they're not out searching now. One side is, and has been from the beginning. And it all started with the bickering over a GoFundMe. Who cares about a GoFundMe? This isn't about a GoFundMe. This is about a missing child with autism that was made and played out by one side of the family to be not so bright. But yet, it seems like he is so bright. And I pray nothing more this kid is found, and it soon. Like today soon, or yesterday soon, right? This has gone on too long, and what more is going to come out of it if he's not found? And we always have to look in the back of our head, the possibility he might not ever be found. There's a lot of cases that they're never found. And I think the reason that people are pushing so hard and they want this kid found so bad, and it's like top priority across the world, it seems like, is because they feel that one side is guilty. And the only way to get the answers is to find him. And that's what's blowing my mind. And that's what's making me go, oh my goodness, like, let's look from the beginning, right? All we see is a restaurant video. Kid looks like to me that he was just kind of down and out and sad and not really that happy and hungry and confused. And their mama's sitting there just playing on her phone, snapping photos like, no big deal. I'm here. Don't worry about me. I don't have time to visit with you. And that's another scary thing. Most parents that sit down with their kids when they don't have a cell phone in their hand, which a lot of teenagers do have cell phones in their hand at the table, but if they don't visit with them, ask them how their day is. Ask them if they're all right. Ask them what's on their mind. We didn't see any of that. I wish we would have, but we didn't. And that's another flag on top of a million flags that already exist. I'm not saying there's not flags on the other side. There probably is. But not the flags in the same way, because him and his team that he's building is out there searching every day. At least spreading awareness every day. And then you have people like Silver's on the scene, shout out to him. Terry Lynn, shout out to her, that are out there doing their job. And people are dogging them. Some people are dogging them. And they're trying their best. At least they're trying. The child's own mother's not even out there looking. How are you going to judge Terry Lynn or Silver's on the scene when the own mother's not out there looking? Judge her. I mean, it's crazy. It's just all backwards. And it's freaking insane. God, it's insane, guys. I don't know if I'll ever post this, but it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I feel so bad for this young man. And I went and pray nothing more that he's found, just like I pray that every other one is found. And then once he's found, it can all come out. And because he's a smart kid, so of course, if he's found alive, he's going to tell everything. And they're going to listen. This is what it takes sometimes for CPS to listen to these children that cry. They cry for help for a reason. They're not crying wolf, they're crying for help. And once they learn about it the first time and it makes a dent, even if it's a 10-minute dent, when they come out and they talk with that child in front of those parents and they make a little dent and that child gets a little bit of reassurance that maybe these people do care, they're going to report it every time after that. And that's what makes me probably believe that there is all 5 of them, if not more. Because I think he found something whenever somebody called for him the first time and he felt like, oh my gosh, there is people that want to help me. And I think controlling the cell phone and the data was not just because they didn't want him to be on social media and do things, because they didn't want him reporting anything. That's what I'm starting to think. Starting to think a lot of things. But most of all, why aren't they out there searching? Why are they only bad-mouthing people? Why are they only acting like different people on different channels and pretending to change their voice and disguise themselves or whatever? Why are they not out here talking and begging? As many social media platforms as are available to this family, and they're not on every single one begging, that's why they're getting what they're getting. It's for that reason. So you can't blame the people. If you want to blame the people, get up and do something different and they won't say these things. Get off your ass and look for your child. I mean, trigger warning, guys. This is, of course, these are just my thoughts, guys. Remember that. Allegedly, this is my opinion. And all my thoughts are my free speech when I'm freaking allowed to it. And I'm starting to learn more and more what I can do and what I can't do, so. Fight for these kids every day is what we gotta do. And if that means coming on every now and then and talking about this child, I'll do it. Do it until we get answers. And get the truth. And I would think by now that they would have flipped their tune and be out here searching to get the heat off their back, right? But it's like they don't care. They're just living their dream together without kids. Doing what they want to do. Posting little cocky things on Facebook about going to Canada or whatever. I mean, come on. Y'all don't see that? He's just taunting y'all. Grow up and get out and look for your kid and your stepkid. And his parents need to grow up and start looking too. They should have everybody in that family searching for this child and passing out flyers every damn day. I mean, if you say you could be anywhere and everywhere, then go to different states and pass out flyers. And you want to joyride around and go stay at campsites, then just to go to those campsites and at least pass out flyers. To quit picking on other people and dogging other people and trying to run off other people because they want to help your child. Sad. So many people want to help, and so many people are scared to help. And that's not right. It shouldn't be that way. Anyway, guys, I've yapped long enough. I could go on forever. I got so many other things to talk about, so many other kids to go look for. But I will come on tonight and make a few videos. I got the other one almost done for the Jay Slater case that I want to post for y'all, for the final finale on that one. And some more on Hazel I got to dig on today while I'm out and about and understand this little 7-year-old CPS report case again, another one. You see why, but at least, I mean, they took this child and ran. They took their child with them and ran to avoid CPS. It's not the other way around. So yeah, she still needs to be found and brought back to safety. I get it, she does. She's only 7. She needs everyone's help. Just like all these cases need everyone's help. And there's a lot of good people out here. I have a lot of wonderful people on this channel with big hearts that spread everything as far as they can, and they pray for all these children. They pray for justice. They pray for runaways. They pray for them all. And that's what I love about all y'all. So I'm going to leave this on a good note because I am frustrated this morning over this because I'm sick of all the BS. And people need to start looking at it for the bigger picture. This child is missing. We know that for a fact. We know the last one to see him was his mother. We know she's not searching. We know the stepdad's not searching. We know the stepdad had beat on him before with belts or whatever and had CPS called on him numbers of times. We know that Sebastian was getting in the way of his custody case. We know that that side of the family, the step side of the family, was picking on this poor boy. They were making him wear diapers. Come on, guys. Most of y'all's thoughts, most of y'all's opinions are probably correct. So, I'm not telling y'all to be quiet. I'm telling y'all to speak louder. So I'll leave it on that note. Remember, these are just my opinions, allegedly all my opinion. Trigger warning times 50 million, guys. And we'll talk a little later today after daylight, because I can't see me right now, I know, right? Yeah, you can, but barely. I'm sitting here. It's just so dark when I hold it up so I can get the speaker. Y'all can't see me at all. I'm so sorry for that, but y'all know how I am, so it don't bother me. But y'all have a good day, guys, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Let's pray for all these missing kids and get them home. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later. Be safe. All right, bye.